if I told you that one single UGC video could generate you more qualified patients than $10,000 in your traditional advertising campaigns? This is no exaggeration. We helped one client cut their appointment cost from $80 to $14, all by applying this UGC content strategy to their business. They were spending $30,000 per month in advertising, and we were able to help them add an extra $100,000 in profit per month from this exact strategy. So in this video, I'm going to break down exactly why UGC is the best for you, and especially if you're spending more than $10,000 per month on ads, it's even more important because we need to find those pockets of audiences, and UGC is great for that. So who am I? I'm Daniel Walton, founder of Patient Acquisition. Last year, we helped clinics generate over 30,000 new patients for their business. And the crazy thing is roughly 60 to 70% of those patients last year that we got happened in the last half of the year, which traditionally that's the slow season. And why such a big jump during that time? Well, a couple of things happened. We became a meta partner, so we actually learned what these platforms optimize for. We had been providing UGC influencer content at scale, and I was a TikTok shop partner, so we were deploying, thousands of pieces of content per month. So we understood how it worked organically. And then when our rep told us specifically how the AI works, we were able to really scale these campaigns. We've helped one client hit $100 million in revenue. And last year alone, I helped 4 clinics scale to a 7-figure run rate. So I'm going to break down exactly why UGC is the best ad strategy in 2025. So first, you have to understand what these platforms optimize for. So when we're talking about Meta, all they care about is one thing: user experience. The user experience, it's everything to these platforms. So what most lead gen companies do, and why you don't want to hire a lead gen company, or if you do, at least get some high quality UGC content for them to deploy, is because of this. It's about user experience. They want a quality user experience. The better the user experience is for you, for them, for whoever it is on this platform, the more time they spend on the platform, the more engaging the content is, the more time they spend. So they're looking at data points. On average, they have about 52,000 points of preference. So they know everything. I like cars. I see, if you went on my feed, all my suggested content would be 911 videos because I'm going to buy a 911 this year. So I'm just engaging with that. So they know I like that. So they're showing me more stuff. So when you understand that the user experience is everything, now you're going to deploy things that are aligned with the user experience. UGC content stands for user generated content. This is content that feels very native to somebody like yourself. You might not even notice that it's an ad, and that's the point of it. It's meant to feel native. It's meant to feel natural. And when it does, it stops the scroll. What happens is most businesses, they run these ads that everybody can tell is an ad. You can see it from a mile away. And guess what happens? Swipe, right? They swipe right past it. Is that a good user experience? No, it's not. They say, we don't want that. So Facebook looks at that. They say, oh, that person swiped past that ad. And actually, not just that person, but thousands of people are swiping past that. Your click-through rate, your stop rate on that ad is very low. So we're going to punish you. And they don't call you and punish you. What they do is they jack up your prices and you don't get conversion. The other reason why it's so important is the messaging, right? Most businesses are just running static ads, coupon ads, and you don't get prioritized with that, right? If you go on your feed and scroll through the stories or swipe up, very rarely, I don't think there's ever been a time that I've ever seen a static coupon style ad at the front of that feed. You're capturing people who are doom scrolling. They're way down. They've been swiping because, again, it's all about this user experience. So you need something that Facebook recognizes as good content, and the messaging is going to call out that audience. So when you get the messaging right on the user-generated content, it's going to create a better experience, and it's actually going to prioritize that. So for example, you might run like a cosmetic surgery, or maybe it's like an acne treatment, and you could say something like, if you've been struggling with acne and nothing seems to work, right? Some user who looks native to the platform, now with that right messaging, that call out, that hook is going to get in front of those people. And with the right messaging, it's going to find the right audiences, the audience you want to be in front of. And because it's the right type of content, the platform is going to reward you. So it's going to push it to the top of that feed. So the messaging is so important in ads. Most businesses, their messaging is discounts. It's a coupon. Discount my services. All of my clients that I work with are premium clients. These are cash-based businesses. We're not selling to brokies. We're selling to rich people who can invest hundreds of dollars or thousands of dollars, sometimes even tens of thousands of dollars with their business. We're not selling to people that shop at Walmart. We're selling to people who buy luxury goods. So the messaging is so important, and it's nearly impossible to convey that message with a static ad. So another reason why UGC is, it also feels trustworthy, right? When you see some examples of somebody talking about their journey going into a med spa, or, if you're a cosmetic surgeon and they got a treatment with you, or you run a functional health clinic, it builds trust. Trust is everything. People say we're in a recession. We're not in a recession. I guess we are, in a sense that people are spending less money. Well, it doesn't mean that they're not spending. They're actually just very cautious of their spending. They need to know that if they spend this, they're going to get the outcome that they want from it. And in your case, they need to know that if they invest, they need to trust you that you're going to be able to deliver the results. They have the money. They don't have the trust with your business. So the messaging that we're able to convey with user-generated content is incredible, right? We're able to convey a very powerful message. We're able to find the audience, because how the AI works is the AI, it analyzes your ad. It analyzes the creator, which is like the influencer. We hire a lot of influencers to be in these. Influencers generally are overpriced unless you're a national clinic. And we've done thousands of influencer marketing campaigns. I've contracted probably over 10,000 influencers in the last year. And for content creators that we put in our UGC ads, I've contracted thousands a month. So we know the creator influencer space very well. We're a TikTok shop partner, as I said, for one of my other agencies. So what we learned is the AI is actually looking at who is in the ad, right? So if you're selling to, women over the age of 40, right? It doesn't do us any good putting a 21-year-old girl in a bikini in the ad, right? That's going to show it to those types of audiences. So who is in the ad is so important. It analyzes your ad, the messaging, what's being said in it, and then also on your landing page. So now we can lean into this AI, and what we could do is we can get it to prioritize our content, just like organic content. As I explained, I see a lot of 9/11 videos. It shows me more of that stuff on my suggestive feed because it knows I like it. So when your audiences engage with certain types of posts, it's going to show ads that are most aligned with that. UGC content is the single greatest thing that you can do to get in front of these audiences, because it stops the scroll. By implementing UGC, we're seeing about a 200% to 300% improvement in click-through rates. Now, for those of you that don't know CTR, click-through rates, what that means is how many people stopped on the ad. Now, this is massive because Facebook, unlike Google, they charge you per click. Google charges you per click. Facebook charges you per impression, CPM. So 1,000 impressions. So let's say your ad's on a screen and somebody's scrolling. They could tell it's an ad. They scroll right past it. Whether they stop on it or not, they're billing you for that. That's an impression. Whether somebody just goes, boom, very fast on the screen, that's an impression. They're billing you for it. So click-through rate is very important. It's not the tell-all sign, but it's very important. Ads with good click-through rates, Facebook says this is good content. So it stops the scroll, meaning it improves the click-through rate. Facebook is now tricked to thinking this is like a viral content. It now rewards you. It shows your content to more people. So it now pushes it to more people. So with that client that I was talking about earlier, we took them from an $80 to a $14 appointment cost. What happened is we were actually able to take their CPM. So the billing, how Facebook bills them, from $120 to a $37 CPM just by implementing UGC. Now we're able to really find this. Additionally, with user-generated content, there's just so much more callouts we can do in the ads. So we might target, if I'm a functional health client, maybe I'm going to target busy professionals, right? So we're going to have like a corporate person in there. Maybe I'm targeting somebody losing weight. So I want somebody who doesn't look too shredded to scare off people, but doesn't look too obese to like that they haven't lost any weight yet, right? So we're going to put different types of people with different callouts in the ads in order to make sure that we get those right people. If you're considering investing in ads, maybe you're running ads right now, you're not making the money that you need, user-generated content is going to be a great strategy for you to immediately drive conversions, improve your click-through rates. And if you want some examples of user-generated content for cash-based clinics, make sure to click the link below. Fill out the application. My team will get in touch with you. We'll show you some of ours. We have single UGC videos that have generated over $500,000 in revenue. User-generated content's incredible. And the main reason I would say for businesses under $10,000, so these are all the reasons why you need to be deploying user-generated content, but especially if you are a clinic under $10,000, and this is ad spend. So per month in ad spend, especially why? Because generally, if you're spending less than $10,000 per month in ad spend, you probably don't have a very good digital strategist or marketing personnel in-house. Now, you might, not trying to bash anybody or sound pretentious, but generally, this is the case that I've seen. They don't have advanced level people. Most lead gen companies, they have a $5 VA, copy and pasting systems. They're not looking at the data. They're not analyzing things. They're giving you static coupons. First of all, if anybody's running coupons, ads, like coupon Canvas style ads, that will tell you they're not very good at what they're doing. They just know how to turn on ads. Like they know the tactic, but they don't know the strategy, right? So this is generally what we see is happening under $10,000 per month in ad spend. They don't have a strategy. They just have a tactic. We know we need to run ads and coupons, get people opt in, and now it's the salesperson's job to get them to come into the business, right? That's their whole game plan is turn on ads, have a good offer. So under that, user-generated content is so good because it does all the work. That ad is doing all the polling. It's finding the audiences that you need. You don't need a good media buyer. There's no need for a media buyer. All you need to do is figure out how much you're comfortable spending. Maybe it's 50, maybe it's $300 a day. And you turn the ads on and it's going to find the audiences. There's no more need for targeting. There's no need for a lot of these things that people used to be spending all this money to hire an agency. Previously, you used to need to hire an agency to do all these advanced targetings, create all these advanced campaigns. Now it's so easy, and it's theft that these agencies are charging you money to run static ads. That's why we don't even take those clients anymore. We've developed a build and release offer. The AI got so smart. With one good ad creative, you can make hundreds of thousands of dollars for your business profitably. And all you need is somebody to set up the CRM, set up the ad campaigns, make sure it's all talking together, show you how to check everything and make sure it's working. It's super easy. The hardest part of launching ads is getting it all integrated. What CRM do I use? What automations do we do? Setting all that stuff up, right? If you can get somebody to set that up, which we do for you, fill out the application, we'll get you set up with the right CRM, the right funnel, the right automations, everything. We've tested over 20 million in campaign data to know these things work. That's how we've hit the results that we've done. But once that's set up now, you don't need a media buyer. You don't need a strategist spending less than 10 grand a month because the AI does the work. So all you do, you just do broad targeting and the AI pushes it in front of these people because remember, it has those 52,000 points of preference. Now it's pushing your ad to your audience. Facebook realized they were losing money from hiring lead gen companies and all these agencies that were scamming you. And so what did they do? They said, okay, well, we're going to give the power to you, the business owner. Our AI is so smart. You give us a good ad, we're going to place it in front of the right people. So that's where it's so important if you're spending less than $10,000 per month, because it's going to find the audiences and there's no need for a media buyer. You can do it all yourself. You can turn on the ads, turn them on and off as needed. You know, it takes maybe 30 minutes of a week of your time. That's it. To look at things, make sure everything's in KPI. We set all the KPIs for you. We tell you what's needed. Then you can get to $10,000 a month in ad spend. Now it's gonna be hard to scale. That's when you hire somebody like us who has an advanced digital strategy that's gonna allow you to spend, 5 or 6 figures, maybe even 7 figures, for your business. Very few businesses in our space can spend 7 figures on ads. But when you get there, we can help you with that. And at that point, you do need an advanced digital strategist who has the track record of spending 6 and 7 figure months profitably. So if you're under 10K per month, hit us up. We might not take you on as a client, but we can definitely put you in a better direction, at least give you some resources of what you need to be doing and how you should be going about hiring creators, finding the right creators. Don't use any of those shitty platforms like Billo or anything like that. You really need to invest into the good content, right? Spending $300 to $500 on a good piece of video is absolutely worth it when you know that it can make you tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars, as hundreds of our videos have done for our clients. So make sure to fill out the application if you'd like to work with us.